سلاح بعدی ما طراحی مدل قبلی را کاملا دگرگون کرده است. در رده پنجم مدل P90 قرار دارد که یک مسلسل خودکار است، اما نه آنگونه که ما می‌شناسیم.
It is the weapon for the 21st century.
Part of that close quarters battle need is to have something that's comfortable to use.
It fires a 5.7 round and it's very effective.
It has to be surgical and fast.
It's not using 50, 60-year-old technology. This is the next generation. It goes where you point it.
مدل P90 مستقیما در پاسخ به تقاضا برای نوع جدیدی از سلاح درست شد.
Back in the early 1990s, NATO decided that they needed some type of different PDW, personal defense weapon, for NATO militaries.
They wanted something that provided more protection for vehicle crewmen such as tanks, helicopters.
Tanker crews, their transport crews, those type of personnel.
Something that provided them more lethality and protection.
طراحان سلاح یک مدل ارگونومیک و کم حجم بالپاپ را اختراع کردند.
A bullpup configuration, it's a very different configuration from conventional, where you're bringing the feeding mechanism behind the strong hand and the trigger.
You get to reduce the overall length of the whole firearm, but not reduce your barrel. You still have a 10-inch barrel in a 19-inch overall submachine gun.
For tactical entries, you have an indexing problem with longer weapons. Longer weapons tend to muzzle sweep your teammates. This weapon gives you the ability to sweep low, sweep quickly when doing room entries and clear.
P90 در برنامه‌های تلویزیونی و فیلم‌ها حضور چشمگیری داشته، اما فقط برای این طراحی نشده که ظاهر خوبی داشته باشد.
It has rounded corners, no rough edges on it.
That way, when the officers are in their SWAT gear or protection detail, it doesn't hang up on their gear or their suits, depending on what they're wearing.
It's very sleek, it's very compact. There's nothing jutting out, such as magazines or pistol grips, that will snag on a soldier's gear.
They can move it very easily. If you have to cover a door or move from one door to another, it's not jamming on the door jamb with things hanging off the side of it.
طراحان برای این مدل نیز یک گلوله کاملا جدید ساخته‌اند تا با این سلاح به کار برند.
The 5.7 cartridge was designed at a NATO request. They wanted something to bridge the gap between handgun ammunition and rifle ammunition. It's not going to overpenetrate and hit somebody behind them, or if, heaven forbid, you miss your intended target and it starts going down range. As soon as it hits something of mass, it dumps all of its energy right there and it falls to the ground.
حتی خشاب‌های مدل P90 هم به طور کامل از نو طراحی شدند.
We like the magazine. The magazine is high capacity with 50 rounds in it. It gives you a considerable amount of rounds to carry into a situation.
If you notice, she's laying on top of the firearm instead of being underneath, sticking out, getting in the way.
That makes the total firearm more sleek. It also gives you ease of feed. Gravity is working on your side and not against you.
نوآوری دیگر اعمال شده در این مدل مربوط به غلاف شفاف خشاب است که مزیتی آشکار را به دنبال دارد.
When you're up and in a firing position, in your peripheral vision, you can actually see if your rounds are getting low. And if you have a lull in the action, you can do a quick magazine change, put a fresh 50-round magazine in, and you're back up on target.
کاربری مدل P90 برای افراد چپ دست و راست دست آسان است.
It's ambidextrous, totally ambidextrous.
Since it loads from the top, you can load it with either hand. You can operate the controls with either hand, from either side, lefties, righties, doesn't matter.
And that's critical in a tactical entry situation. You must be able to shoot left-handed and right-handed because as you do entries into a building, corners are left-handed and right-handed corners. Having an ambidextrous weapon like that is very, very advantageous to the tactical officer.
از طرفی یک سیستم پرتاب ویژه مانع از پرتاب بوکه گلوله‌های شلیک شده در سر راه افراد می شود.
The fact that the brass drops out of the bottom, that you're not putting hot brass on the man next to you in the stack.
So if you shoot this system left-handed, the rounds aren't hitting you in the face as a left-hand shooter.
طراحی و کارایی مدل P90 این اسلحه را تبدیل به گزینه اول واحدهای عملیات ویژه در بیش از 20 کشور دنیا کرده است. تنها 4 سلاح از فهرست 10 تایی سلاح‌های برخورد نزدیک باقی مانده‌اند. من جمله این مسلسل تاشوی افسانه‌ای. آیا هیچ مدلی همانند کورنر شات می‌تواند برای شلیک در زوایا خوب عمل کند؟ برترین سلاح‌ها. سلاح‌های برخورد. برترین سلاح‌ها. سلاح‌های برخورد نزدیک. سلاح بعدی ما در فهرست